congratulations to Oregon State. They played a good basketball game, and just sorry that we didn't give them more competition, really. I just told our team it was disappointing in the way that we started out. I mean, they had an inside game, and we didn't get a chance. We didn't do what we have to do to stop that, and we had no inside game. We couldn't. They were certainly packed back in there, really daring us to make threes or take shots, and we had some looks that they didn't go down, but didn't get much on the offensive board the way we needed to. But overall, again, it's give them credit for it, but disappointed that I didn't think that we played our best basketball. But it's hard to play this game when the ball's not going in and when you don't have an inside presence.
Our first question is from Rob Lewis. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Rob, go ahead.
Rob Lewis with BallQuest.com. Coach, just the first half, did you feel like you guys were playing tight? Did you feel like they were playing timid on the offensive end?
I did. I thought I was really surprised, the freshmen especially. You know, they look like being here in the NCAA tournament, something they've grown up watching. You know, they were out of character in terms of, you could tell that they were skittish. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, Eve picking up some fouls there early hurt us. But and we just did some things offensively to start the game where we just weren't synced up together, and that's I actually during the timeout I said, look, we can't be afraid to play basketball now. And I said we've got to play together, stay together, and you know you keep thinking about calling timeouts, but sometimes you feel like the more timeouts you call, the more they tighten up, and you're just hoping they'll get going and get loose, make some shots. But we didn't ever really get the flow that we wanted, and we had opportunities even at the end. I mean, you think about them missing free throws as bad as we played. You know, the turnovers, I just all year, and Rob, you've seen us play. Some of the ways we turn over the ball just really mystifies me at time. But there's no doubt at the start of the game that we had guys that were a little bit stage fright, I thought.
Our next question is from Mike Wilson. Mike, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, Rick, just first off with John, when did you know he wasn't going to be able to go, and how much did that hurt you guys? And secondly, you felt going into this tournament that you knew now what you were going to get from this team. So how surprising was it when in the first 5 minutes there was just kind of nothing going well?
Well, we kept evaluating John up until today, and then knowing that that he wasn't going to be able to do it. Obviously, late last night, this morning, we just felt like it wasn't going to happen. And really, Mike, thinking about it, I just felt like we had played really good basketball. Even though we had lost to Alabama, we came into this, but we just didn't have it. And I was just, I'm a little bit surprised, to be quite honest with you. I'm disappointed because I thought we had gotten by all that, and because the last couple weeks we'd really been competing hard defensively and doing some things, but then we came out and just got totally out of character. And some of it with the young guys, did I expect it? Maybe a little bit. I thought maybe if we could just get them settled down. And we talked about it the very first time out. Look, hey, guys, it's a game. Let's just quit acting like it's something more than it is here. Yeah, we've worked hard to get here. You're here. But, getting here is part of it. Now you got to want to make something out of it. And then we'd come out of the timeout and wouldn't execute because somebody's saying, I got to go make it happen. And they're just too many guys were in that kind of mindset. And just too many guys trying to do too much. And then defensively, I felt like we weren't moving the way we needed to. I just felt like we needed to be more aggressive to play the kind of defense we normally play. But some of that, what carries over on offense, carries over on defense as well.
Our next question is from Grant Ramey. Go ahead, Grant.
Rick, the offensive struggles seem to be something that was a factor the last, second half of the season for this team. Do you think about making offensive changes? What do you got to do over the offseason to get that fixed?
Well, we've got to have an inside presence. We've never not had some kind of an inside presence. We had it. We didn't have any at all today. And I'm not talking. There's different ways to do it. You can drive the ball, but they were heavy gapped. They were really in there because they were determined to make us try to either try to do too much, turn it over, get in there deep, take tough shots, which we did too many times, and kick out and hope that we weren't making shots. But they were determined that that again, there's not like we could have anything. We actually ran a play, executed, and got a couple blocked, where give them credit for that, where we said you got to get it and go up quick. But we've got to change. Again, that's going forward. We've got to get back to having an inside presence the way that we play and the way we want to play.
Our next question is from Gustavo Tomazelli from WUTK. Go ahead.
Coach, what is the message you have for the fans that felt that this team could be achieving more in the NCAA tournament, the disappointing of this loss? What's the message you have for the fans right now?
Well, I just told the team, you don't ever take this for granted. I've had more former players text me about, they always remember me talking about getting here. It's not an easy thing to do that. And for all that we've been up and down with this year, I mean, obviously, you know, John Fulkerson has meant a lot to our program. He was a big part of our team coming in, Eve Pons. And when John goes out, you know, things shift to Eve where he can't be quite as effective because he's another guy that's like our secondary guy that we play through on the inside, but now he gets all eyes on him. And the freshmen, you know, they had their moments, but very inconsistent. And that was the problem with our team. If you look at our team all year, it was the inconsistency, not really knowing from game to game what we were going to get. And that's if you ask me, the most disappointing thing, because to be a championship caliber team, you got to be more consistent. You can't turn the ball over the way we did at times, and you've got to be able to rebound. But when you don't have that inside presence, you know, we just, again, today, I don't think we had a couple of offensive rebounds, but not anything what we need to have when you're not shooting the ball the way we were today.
Mike Wilson, we'll go back to you. Go ahead.
Rick, with Jaden and Keon, when do you expect to start having conversations about their future, and do you expect either of them back next season?
You know, I would expect that they'll do what everybody does now. You know, they'll go through the process. That's what they need to do, and they'll go from there. And obviously, in the meantime, we'll plan on doing what we have to do with our roster next year.
And Rob Lewis, we'll go back to you for the last question. Go ahead, Rob.
Coach, it may be too soon to answer this with any kind of real perspective, but considering the young talent that you added, the veterans you had coming back, and COVID, has this been one of the more frustrating seasons for you as a coach?
It has been, Rob. You know, the whole thing has been, it's been a crazy year, you know, and in some ways I've said it, I admire these guys for what they've had to go through. It's been a difficult year, and I think it has been a tough year for the younger guys. I really do believe that, and no one's had a more frustrating year than John Fulkerson. And I tell you, there's a lot of things that I feel bad about, but maybe none more than him, because you know, he had high expectations coming in, and he struggled, you know, for the major part of the year, and not because of any other thing than he was trying. And we know that for us to be where we were, where people thought we would be, it was based on him having 3 great weeks at the end of last year when he was playing lights out, and everyone expected he and Eve Pons to pick right up from there, and everyone had their moments, but it just wasn't consistent enough. But the fact that John had the type of year and the way it ended is really a major disappointment for all of us. And because again, he's such a great kid, and how hard he works at it, and what he's meant to Tennessee. It's been a hard year, and if I said anything otherwise, it wouldn't be honest. I wouldn't be honest with you.